Psycho. I love horror movies. I also love the 80s, so I'm going to point out just up ahead on your left is stage 14. If you've seen John Carpenter's The Thing, the research lab from The Thing was built inside of that stage. The exteriors were actually filmed in Antarctica. The director, John Carpenter, wanted to see the actors Brett, Kurt Russell, Keith David, all those guys. They didn't have CGI back then, computer-generated imagery, so they couldn't just put in the Brett Slater. We had to turn on the air conditioning extra high. In fact, Kurt Russell said later on that soundstage was colder than it was in Antarctica. We also built parts of Jurassic Park inside of stage 14. Remember when Lexi was in the tree and the Brachiosaurus sneezed on her? Well, that was inside of stage 14. We also do lots of TV shows inside of these stages, especially the ones on your right-hand side. One of the newer shows, Bel Air, is a dramatic retelling of the 90s comedy, The Fresh Prince of Bel Air. And right now, two of the stars are waiting to talk.
We could probably fit the whole Bel Air cast and crew. We gotta get one of these for Mitch. For sure. You're lucky for y'all. The Blaze Family Mansion lives right here on the Universal Lot. Right. Some of Bel Air's most pivotal scenes have been filmed right here. Jabari, what have been your most memorable moments?
I don't know. I mean, there's so many to choose from. You know, I remember before your set where Will first enters, and at that moment, his life changes forever. What about you?
Well, the Bel Air Academy gym set is here too, and I'm really liking the cement cold ice bath for hours. Yeah. That was really cool.
I can't feel my toes. No, but seriously, my favorite moment is when I get the talented crew. They all together from hair, wardrobe, makeup, set design, props, and transportation. Yes, you know, Transmo's the best. And we have to see this flash for us to play with.
Speaking of, if we're gonna get a ride like this, we better go talk to Transmo now and let these people go back to their tour.
Yeah, that sounds good. So I'm happy to drive.
Oh, not at all. I've got the keys.
Man, you guys are wacky. Hey, where do you think the stars stayed when they worked here during the Golden Age?
Here at Universal Studio,
On your
California.
left-hand side, these are bungalows. Now, they were once used for dressing rooms, like I said, for stars like Lucille Ball, Rock Hudson, Cary Grant. Even on your left, look, bungalow 5195. That was director Sir Alfred Hitchcock's office when he worked here. He made movies like The Birds, Rear Window, Vertigo, North by Northwest, and my personal favorite, Psycho. He also liked to put himself into nearly every movie he made. Right now, folks, we're rounding the corner on your left are two of our newest sound stages. They look like buildings, upfront general buildings, but they are assistant directors' offices, wardrobe, and makeup. Because right behind them, we're passing by this white truck. I would like to see some of the doors here for stages 24 and 25. Will Embrace film the reunion episodes in there, and up until the strike, we were doing Lopez versus Lopez with George Lopez and his daughter, Maya. Right now, we're on the back line. That's right, we've left the front lot behind where we do the bulk of our interior filming inside of sound stages out here. The world is literally just around the corner. It's true. This is where we do our exterior filming. What they have here to be brick, stone, or steel is actually, for the most part, just fiberglass, rubber, and wood. On your left right there, you see Brimstone Street. Those steps, look at your monitors right now. There's a clipboard Bruce Almighty is playing. That's the interior of the stage. That's the exterior. Look to your right. Now look at your monitor. Now look to the right. See that? That's the same area. In post-production, that's where we marry the two scenes together, interior and exterior in editing. Speaking of being beautiful, the Back to the Future movies are beautiful, aren't they? So guess where we are right now? This is Courthouse Square, Minnetonka's Hill Valley, from the Back to the Future film starring Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd. On your left, that's where the clock tower is, just behind that facade. A facade is a fancy French word for false face or front. We have to cover up the actual clock tower set. So just beyond the doors there to that City Hall, there are the white pillars from the clock tower. Why do we do that? Well, we put the clock up there for you guys, But this is a rental facility, folks. So Warner Brothers, Disney, other studios can come here and use our backlot. And even our sound stages, we do have the largest backlot around here. So say when Jennifer Love Hewitt filmed The Ghost Whisperer here, they put a facade in front of the standing set for the clock tower. Basically, it's Halloween. It's like a mask, okay? The front and sides of a building. Right now, that is a facade that is used for Warner Brothers was here. They made Gremlins, a part of it anyway. This was Kingston Falls. So you get the idea. If you're watching a TV show like Ted, the prequel TV series starring Ted the Teddy Bear, that's going to be on a Peacock streaming network soon. If you see the clock tower behind Ted, you're not going to be paying attention to a talking teddy bear. You're going to be looking at the clock tower from Back to the Future. So we have to cover it up. We have to change the appearance from one production to the next so we can rent out these areas. This area we're on right now, this is called New York Street. It's been used like a lot of our streets over and over again. It was New York for lots of movies, but it was Chicago in The Sting and The Blues Brothers with John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd. It was London for Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me, and Bram Stoker's Dracula for Columbia Pictures. It was San Francisco for portions of Dirty Harry starring Clint Eastwood. Chris Evans ran down this street chasing after Hydra agents in Marvel's Captain America, the first Avenger. Parts of Spider-Man 2 were filmed here with Doc Ock chasing after Tobey Maguire and Kirsten Dunst. This street's been used all the time, and even New York, like I mentioned, because it is New York Street. Jimmy Fallon, as you know, is with us today. He got a start on SNL in New York.
Hey everyone, welcome to New York. I got my start right here in New York on Saturday Night Live. This is actually my old neighborhood. Once got mugged over there. An old woman, tough lady. This is my favorite hot dog guy. Hey buddy, how's it going? Remember me? No. Just like old times. Gotta love New York City. Hey, it's cool, guys. I was just walking there. So it's not exactly New York, but a lot of times when you see New York in the movies, it was shot right here on the Universal Metro sets. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Even if you make it here on the Universal lot.
Now, I mentioned this was Chicago for the Blues Brothers. Guys, I'm an 80s guy. It's the best decade ever. And I will die on that hill. It's amazing. The 80s. The Blues Brothers came out in 1980, filmed here in 1979, parts of Chicago that they used for making the movie. But they had to actually shoot a scene where the Bluesmobile jumps a collapsing bridge, the bridge is raising, and the bad guys don't quite make it, and they fall to the ground in the middle of Chicago and make a big hole in the ground. Well, the city of Chicago tends to frown on productions coming in and digging big holes in the middle of their downtown area. But instead of me telling you about it, listen to the film's director, John Landis, tell you about it.
When the Pinto fell and you saw it land and make this big hole in the street, that was on the back lot. We dropped it from a crane. You dig like that in Chicago, not a good idea.
When people ask me of all of the movies I've ever done, what is the most satisfying, the most fun, I've got to say Blues Brothers. We got to sing, we got to dance, got to drive, and trained with the best stunt people in the world, and got to be an actor and a writer. So it was a good piece of work.
Danny called John America's Guest because just he'd walk into anybody's house.
During the shooting of the movie, John was missing. We couldn't find him.
Danny went off looking for him, saw a light on in his one house, and knocked on the door.
I said, sir, we're doing a movie down here. We're looking for one of our actors. Oh, John, yeah, he's on my couch. He came in, he had a snack a couple hours ago. He's sleeping. He was America's Guest. I mean, literally that happened.
John Belushi, a legend, everybody. If you haven't seen a movie called 1941, directed by Steven Spielberg, I personally love it. Filmed in part here and at Warner Brothers. You should check it out. John Belushi and a huge cast of actors. Now, a few minutes ago, I mentioned Spider-Man 2. They filmed a few scenes here. The Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, Kirsten Dunst played Mary Jane. Doc Ock was, of course, played by Alfred Molina. On your left-hand side, you can see a movie theater. Well, that's actually a stage. It can be whatever you want. It can be a movie theater, but that was actually a theater where you saw a stage play. You see the green marquee there. You see in the Spider-Man movies, Mary Jane is an actress. Now, she was in a play, and Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire, Peter Parker was running late because he was saving lives of Spider-Man. He was running late as Peter Parker, went to go up to the theater when he got stopped just inside by by a doorman who worked at the theater, and he wouldn't let Peter Parker in. That actor is played by Bruce Campbell. Ash from the Evil Dead movies. Sam Raimi loves to put him into most of his film. I love those Ash movies, the Evil Dead films, great horror movies. Another great horror movie that I mentioned, this is old-timey London, 1800s to be exact. All we have to do is change the sets around out here. So for Bram Stoker's Dracula, what they did to make this look like 1800s London, you see all along the sidewalk here, you'll see plates in the ground with holes in them. That's where the electricians, the lighting department, the set decorators will open it up. Inside is an outlet. They'll bring street lamps over. For that movie, it had to look like gas-powered lamps. They didn't have electricity. They'll literally just plug it in like an iPhone, and they'll bring in a company that specializes in movie dirt. That's right. They'll come in, bring in the special dirt used for film and television productions. It's easy to transport. It doesn't kick up that much dirt, and it's easy to pick up, and we can make it look like 1800s London. Now, CGI today has come a long way, and I bring that up because we've left the concrete jungle behind, and now we're entering in the world of Peter Jackson's Skull Island, the real jungle. Well, in the movie anyway. If you saw 2005 King Kong, you recognize some of the sets, but also the director, Peter Jackson.
It's the original King Kong that made me to make movies. And see that movie in 2D, I wanted to become a filmmaker. I like films that just take you away from your real life and stick you up on the beach. Kong literally does this. I mean, you're on board the ship, you're sailing to a lost island, you have monsters and creatures from prehistoric times. So it's still that's what I think is great to have you now, we have created this 3D immersive experience, so you're going to have your glasses ready. Don't put them on yet, just have them in your hand because we're about to return to Skull Island.
That's right. Before we head into Skull Island even further, I have to remind you, things are going to get really rough and bumpy in here because I've been on this tour before. Hold on to all of your personal belongings, folks. If something falls out in here, I can't get it for you, so hold on tight. And again, no standing up. It's very important. Now, for the 1933 King Kong, they used stop motion photography, folks. So the monkey was just 19 inches tall. Okay, he was had a metal skeleton that you could fully pose, and he was covered with rubber and rabbit fur. So there were a lot of naked rabbits running around at the time, and they used miniature sets, forced perspective, all kinds of things. It was state-of-the-art back in the day. Now, like I mentioned, today we have CGI, computer-generated imagery. That's how Peter Jackson made Skull Island and King Kong come to life. Get ready. Hey, everybody, go ahead and take off your 3D glasses, but hang on to them. The tour will now continue in 2D. Once again, if you're touring with 3D glasses, they are not sunglasses. Okay, everybody. You know, that epic battle we just witnessed was projected onto the world's, some of the world's largest digital 3D screens ever created. It was designed by Peter Jackson himself, along with his talented Academy Award-winning special effects team, Weta, the folks behind the Lord of the Rings trilogy, some of your favorite Marvel movies, including
creation about 50 minutes of a feature film. That amount of visual information, that number of pixels, has everything to do with it.
Ricky, I muted my microphone again. We had car 5. I don't see car 5 on here anymore. Should that be something we should be worried about? We only have 4 cars now. I think they're still in Skull Island. Okay, I gotta get back to the tour.
Hey, everybody. How are you? How was that? That was fun, huh? Right now, we're going to be seeing some of what we call picture cars. A picture car basically is any car on a set that takes your characters from one place to the next in your favorite movie, TV show, commercial, or music video. Well, when it's on set and it's filmed by one of their cameras, it becomes a picture car. So get your cameras out, point them up to your left-hand side. We're going to start with the 1932 Ford Deuce Coupe from George Lucas's 1970s classic American graffiti starring Harrison Ford and Ron Howard. There is Tom Selleck's Ferrari from Magnum PI that is actually a golf cart engine with a fiberglass Ferrari cover. Those Ferraris are expensive. There are some very futuristic looking cars from Back to the Future 2, the future being 2015. Also the Ford Anglia that took Ron and Harry to Hogwarts and Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. That's actually one of 17 and a half of those cars. The half is so we can get the camera crew in there to get close-ups of our favorite characters. And we just passed by the blue gyrosphere from Jurassic World. Now, can you guys tell me what's missing from that gyrosphere? Anybody? Is this mic on? The glass bubble dome, right? The one that span around with the kids inside of it. Well, guess what, folks? It was never there. Why? Because our actors have to breathe, folks. They also have to see the lines. We have to be able to hear them. And if they're not breathing, we can't hear them. Also, glass reflects. So we put the glass bubble in later using CGI, again, computer-generated imagery. A lot of CGI was used in this era.
To Jurassic Park.
That's right. A lot of these props and set pieces we're about to see right now were used in the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World franchise. Like many of our sets, what may appear to be brick, stone, or steel is actually just wood, fiberglass, and other lightweight materials, just like this tram. On your left-hand side, you see the double trailers over here that are camouflaged. That is the Mobile Science Lab from the Lost World. Look at the back side of it. It is actually made of wood. Just like the dinosaurs did. Anyway, sorry about that. You guys might want to wipe off that water that they just spit out. That's all like water. Anyway, folks, I talked about the Mobile Science Lab. Take a look at your monitors right now. I'll show you the lab in action. There it is. That's a science lab that you just drove by, made of wood. It was actually suspended from a crane over one of our parking structures on the front lot, folks. It wasn't a cliff at all. Using clever production design, that movie dirt I told you about, and these fake trees you can see on your left-hand side, they're just made out of foam and chicken wire. They're not real trees at all. We can make even our parking structure on the front lot look like a cliff from the Lost World. I know, I'm ruining all the magic for you. That's my job. All right, folks. Now, also in that clip, you might have noticed it was raining. Well, how do we make it rain in the movies? We can't just sit around and wait for it to rain. This is Southern California. Sometimes we have to do it ourselves, especially if the script calls for it. We're about to head into Old Mexico right now. Who wants a margarita? Car 3. You guys are, that's the, there's a wet bar back there. Anyway, it's not happy hour. We're going to show you right now how we make weather for our movies, TV shows, commercials, and music videos. In fact, music videos, this is where Lady Gaga filmed her Judas video. Also, you may have seen this in a Chevy Chase comedy, again, from the 80s, called Fletch Live. This is the Bible Land Amusement Park. Noah's Ark was parked right in the center over here on your left, and we made it rain. I'm about to make it rain for you guys right now at the push of a button, and here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you rain. Go ahead and take a picture, everybody. That rain is actually provided by large overhead sprinklers pointed upwards. That way when the water is shot straight up, it comes back down to the ground because, you know, gravity. It looks like natural rain for our cameras. Ricky? Yeah, my mic's off again. There's no stop button for the rain. How do I turn it off? There's going to be too much rain. I don't want it. Rafflash Flood was created using large water tanks at the top of the hill. It's all recycled water, recycled back into the Disneyland drinking fountains. I'm a big fat liar. Speaking of big fat liar, a portion of that movie was filmed right there, and I'll show you what it looked Right now, this is where we're passing through another portion of Old Mexico. We filmed scenes with Three Amigos here with Steve Martin, Chevy Chase, and Martin Short, and also Nacho Libre with Jack Black. Speaking of stars, a lot of Western stars have ambled on down these streets. We've just crossed the border. We're now at 6 points. At one time, during the silent film days, we had 6 different Western streets that all led to one central point. We could film 6 different Western movies at the same time because there was no sound. In movies, each street had its own sheriff station, saloon, and hotel. And if you recognize this area, it was used most recently in Quentin Tarantino's 9th film, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That's right, about 40 minutes of the movie this street is featured in. The movie starred Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, and Barbie herself, Margot Robbie. Robbie? I think it's Robbie. Okay. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, look at this clip of Western brawls. Some of these brawls shot right here in our saloon.
You're just gonna stir things up here.
Dare you hit that man?
Mine hit the ground first. Mine was taller.
Speaking of taller, John Wayne was taller than Kirk Douglas. Look at your monitor and listen to this. Kirk Douglas was 5'9". John Wayne was 6'4". How are they the same height, you ask? Well, on a movie set, when an actor wants to become taller, they'll either stand on the like on a deck, or like the saloon, or they'll stand in what we call an apple box. Basically, it's just a box. Now, this is really funny because John Wayne walks out of this shot here. Kirk Douglas can't follow it, and he knows it. Or he'd get a lot shorter if he were to walk
walk over and step them up off this apple box.
All right, that's some Hollywood magic. Speaking of magic, we're about to take you to Little Europe. We call it Little Europe because it's little and it looks like Europe. But it can become any European town we'd like simply by changing the language on the signs and changing the set dressing. For example, it was Pamplona, Spain for the running of the bull scene in Columbia Pictures' City Slickers with Billy Crystal, Daniel Stern, and Bruno Kirby. The road we're traveling on now is traveled by a bunch of soldiers in our Academy Award-winning film To Kill a Mockingbird was not filmed in this area, but we have filmed scenes for Disney's. Well, it was Pamplona, Spain, for Running of the Bulls, but Disney used it for The Muppets with Jason Segel. It was the fictional kingdom of Genovia for The Princess Diaries 2. And the movie I was thinking of was All Quiet on the Western Front, the black and white version. Yes, folks, when I hit some cobblestones here, I bounce up in the air and I forget who I am for a few minutes. Now, over here on your right, everybody, this is called the Court of Miracles. It's special to us because this is where Lon Chaney, the man of a thousand faces, made a movie called The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Yes, Universal Studios, we are known for our monster movies. Frankenstein's Monster, The Wolf, Mummy, Dracula, and oh my gosh, everybody on your right-hand side, go ahead and wave. It's our first celebrity encounter. It's the Invisible Man. He's not wearing clothes, you can't see him. You know, those monster movies saved the studio from bankruptcy back in the day because they were so popular. They also inspired generations of filmmakers.
When we think of we think of monsters. Dracula, Frankenstein, The Mummy, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, The Invisible Man, Phantom of the Opera.
Classic. So just brilliantly made.
That Frankenstein image, the flathead,
It's one of the great outcomes of the war. That to me was like the essence of the Universal horror film. And I was just mesmerized by the movie.
Boris Karloff, Lon Chaney, and we were told that it was a studio mummy movie, really scary.
It's still ringing our memory again. And we love it.
You know what else we love? Safety reminders. Our tour is now approximately at the halfway mark, so I just want to remind everybody to please continue to stay seated during the entire tour. The studio is private property, and if you drop your phone or have an extreme emergency, pull the red cord to get my attention. I'll be back when it is safe to assist you. But once again, folks, we do ask you to please continue to remain seated on the train. Okay, so that's very important. Right now, folks, where we are is called Denver Street. Well, what's left of it, you can see it up here on your right. This whole street used to be Denver Street. It's the oldest street here at the studio. There's only just a portion of it here. And a lot of Western stars have also ambled down Denver Street. You name it. You guys like scary stuff? You like horror movies? Yeah? Anybody? You know I can hear and see you, right? This is two-way. Hey, well, right now, I thought, you know what? One of my favorite scary movies is a film that came out in 1974, maybe you've heard of it. It's called Jaws. It was filmed in 74, came out in 75. We're going to take you to see our little portion of Amity Island. Now, the movie was not made here. It's made at Martha's Vineyard in Massachusetts. But this is our little, I don't know, it's our little Amity Island. The movie is the first one to ever make $100 million at the box office. Don't worry, folks, we captured the shark. It's over there hanging up on you right-hand side. Nothing to worry about. Wait a minute. Ricky, you hear that music? That can't be good. Wait a minute, I see a fin. Isn't George in the water today? Our diver looking for somebody's cell phone that fell in yesterday because they were. Oh my gosh, George, get out of the water, man. It was only an iPhone 12. It's not worth it. George. See, it wasn't safe to get out of it. They're supposed to swim hard. Hey, Ricky, I have an extra ticket, right? See, folks, hold on. You can listen to poor George there. What happened to him? Stay seated, guys. Remember all those safe guys, second row. Second row, the other guys sit. Please sit. Please, that's real water. We don't want paperwork. Sit down, guys. I'll say it again. Sit down, please. Guys, sit. Thank you. Again, if you fall in the water, you'll end up like George. Guys, sit down, plees. Second car. Thank you. Let's keep that up. Sit down. See, what do you know? Let's move it to the shark food bag. Actually, the shark is basically stuck. He just wanted to eat, right? But that's a very much maligned shark.
They were always saying, the shark is not working. Repeat, the shark.
We just waited and waited. The shark is working. Going like for a while there, so I hear older shark a lot.
Yep, we know the shark for Jaws 2, Jaws 3 in 3D, and Jaws the Revenge, where the shark got revenge by swimming to Jamaica. We also got a nice tan. You know who else had a nice tan? Angela Lansbury when she made Murder, She Wrote over here on your left. That's got a little made for Murder, She Wrote. Who else am I reading? You know, a lot of people were murdered on that show. Nobody was murdered until she got there. Ever think about that? Speaking of nice tans, one of my favorite actors of all time, Burt Reynolds. He had a great tan, usually in all of his movies, and a great mustache. Over on your right is where he filmed The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, co-starring Dolly Parton. That is a great example of what we call a practical set, which means not only can we film the outside, we can film the inside. It opens up like a dollhouse. In fact, it was built and filmed upstairs. Well, we brought it out here after they completed filming. We've used it over the years. We use things over and over. The backyard was Angela Lansbury's backyard. Murder, She Wrote, Jessica Fletcher's that was. It was also used in Quantum Leap starring Raymond Lee and House of a Thousand Corpses, directed by Rob Zombie. Here are some more houses. This second one on your left, everybody. This beige one, Jimmy Stewart lived there, Harvey. This third house, the lilac colored one, was 1313 Mockingbird Lane in the Munsters. The yellow house, the Hardy Boys lived here, but that was also Davy's house from Never Have I Ever. They lived right next door to Ronald Reagan and his monkey in that gray house that was used at bedtime for Bonzo. This whole street was Wisteria Lane from Desperate Housewives. You see how these houses can be moved around like chess pieces, whatever the production needs. If they've got the money, coats of paint, clever set dressing, they can transform the streets into whatever they like. You're probably wondering, hey, how come you don't film in my house? I want to have my house in the movie. Well, sometimes we do. But then we have to move on to your house. The production needs your house full. If it's a movie, it could be several months. A TV show, maybe a week or two. We'd have to put you in a hotel. You might have to stay with your relatives. Trust me, you don't want to stay with your relatives too long, right? Also, what if we want to blow up your neighbor's house, for example? Well, it would keep you up all night. Explosions are loud, disruptive. We can do it right here on the back lot. It's safer, it's cheaper, it's cost-effective, same thing. We don't have to hire police officers to sit at the ends of the street keeping the looky-loos out. We can do it right here on the back lot. This whole street was used in a movie called The Burbs with Tom Hanks. We blew up a house at the end of that movie, the bad guy's house. Sorry, you've had plenty of time to see it. Sorry for the spoiler. So we do it right here on the back lot. Here's just a look at some of the residents that have lived here over the years. famous residence. Speaking of famous, these plants and trees are famous on your left and right. Go ahead and take a picture. This is called Wilderness Road, and we filmed lots of films and TV shows on this road, but more recently, Bird Box with Sandra Bullock. She ran around here in the middle of the forest with a blindfold on, just like Rick is driving right now. You're doing a great job. Why didn't we film in a real forest? You know, bears. Right now we're about 10 minutes from the end of the tour. We will be returning to the theme park shortly. Remember to pull the emergency cord if you need any assistance, and especially you guys in car 2, everybody please remember to stay seated. All right, everybody. You have to stay seated in these cars over here on your right because you'll hit your head on the roof. That green one, that Mini Cooper right there, was used in Mr. Bean's Holiday. Yes, that's Mr. Bean's car. Also, Smith's Piano Shop, that truck back there, that was used in Old Brother, Where Art Thou? Starring George Clooney. I'm sorry. I have to turn the mic off for 1 second. Ricky, where is Mr. Bean? His car's been out here for like 2 years. I'm worried about him. Maybe he, what do you mean? He pulled over the side of the road to take a shower at this motel? Well, that's crazy. Nobody stays at this motel anymore. Not after what happened in 1960 to that poor woman, Marianne Crane. This is the exterior set of the Bates Motel, using Alfred Hitchcock's 1960 classic Psycho, with Anthony Perkins and Janet Leigh.
We all know how to match them,
Once again, this is just the exterior set, folks. The interiors were on a soundstage that I pointed out earlier on the front lot. Right now, you see all these wooden little curvy things. That's for a queue lines tonight for Halloween Horror Night. So if you want to get up and close and personal to the Bates Motel and Norman and Mother's home, all you have to do is come back to Halloween Horror Nights in Hollywood, Universal Hollywood Halloween Horror Nights. Bring the kids. I'm not kidding. I'm only kidding. Don't bring the kids. You know, folks, Norman Bates, he was a real guy. Anthony Perkins played him in the movie. I'm so glad he's not around today because that guy is, oh boy. No, Norman, not again. What's he doing out of the asylum? Well, from one of the oldest sets to one of the largest sets, welcome to Steven Spielberg's Crash Site set from the science fiction thriller The War of the Worlds. Folks, this is a real 747. Now, production designer Rick Carter went to the Mojave Desert to find this at an airplane graveyard. Guess how much Paramount Pictures spent on this used airplane? $60,000, right? Ricky, I say after work today, we go down and get our own airplane. What do you think? I need to work several more years to make that much. But anyway, guess how much it costs to have shipped here to Universal Studios? $200,000. It's always the shipping and handling that gets you. Here's production Rick Carter to tell you and show you all about it.
The airplane crash site set is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around the vision that Steven had.
And for them to sit down and talk about the War of the Worlds, I thought, what if the 747 goes down right in a big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't see.
You're doing good. You're doing good. Listen to me. Listen to me. Now listen, I want you to close your eyes, okay? Got them closed? Robbie, get in. Tell him again, Tom. Get in. Yeah, you listen to him, Rob. You can be Maverick's wingman anytime. You know, Steven Spielberg, one of my very favorite directors, he's been a part of the Universal family for decades with movies like E.T., Always, Jurassic Park, The Lost World, and of course, War of the Worlds, which is actually a Paramount picture. When they were done filming, usually productions have to clean up their mess when they leave, but we got special permission from Paramount and Steven Spielberg to leave the set here for the tours because it's just plain cool. So, some of my favorite directors include Ron Howard, Clint Eastwood, Alfred Hitchcock, they all worked here, and even Jordan Peele, I love him too, two-time Academy Award winner, made movies like Get Out, Us, and Nope. If you saw Nope, you'll recognize this set. This is Jupiter's Claim, and this is director Jordan Peele.
Movie magic only happens when a team of collaborators, often in the hundreds, work together to take an impossible notion and bring it to life. This is Jupiter's Claim.
a nostalgic, small-time Southern California amusement park owned by former child star Ricky G. Park. Over there, you'll come to Kavinkini Mall and have your picture taken just like the kids in that old 90s movie Kid Show. That's what this whole place is loosely based on. Remember that one? No? What? A little further down, you can see the brand new Star Lasso experience. Showcasing an unbelievable new live show. It's not looking so live anymore. Anyway, behind this Hollywood fantasy, old Rush Frontier town, lots of sinister secrets. Welcome to the world of nowhere.
Well, if you asked me if I wanted to stick around here, I'd say nope. Ricky, let's get out. All of us. Well, right now, folks, we're about to hit our grand finale of the tour. Every great movie and TV show needs a grand finale. So does this tour. Do you guys like Fast and Furious? Yeah, we're about to put you guys right in the middle of our biggest franchise. And here's what's going on. Master criminal Owen Shaw is after us, this tram. Because one of us is an undercover witness. Now, don't tell us who you are. This kid did that yesterday. They still haven't found him. All right? Now, what's very important is you need to stay seated in here. It's very important. Don't give away who you are if you're the undercover witness. We're going to find that out. But don't worry, Don and the crew are inside Sullivan's garage. They are going to keep us safe from Owen Shaw. Right now, we're getting a transmission. Let's see who it is.
My name is Roman Pierce. Nice to meet you. Buddy Hobbs asked us to stash you Shaw for a while. We brought you in our secret spot. We're having a few friends over. It's a little messy. It's all good. The more the merrier. Especially you right there in that third row on the side. So look, see over there? It's Hobbs' urban assault vehicle. Best truck the U.S. government can buy. That work of art back over there is made by my man Tej. Think of it as like a Mona Lisa on wheels.
So did you break it down to them?
What's that?
You had one job to do, only one. Alright, look guys, we're gonna keep Shaw from finding you, but to keep you safe, we need your help. We don't want the syndicate tracking us here. So put away your cameras and turn off your cell phones. One flash or one ringtone can give us away.
I need y'all to take this real serious.
Okay, pull into the next bay. We'll meet you in there.
Okay, we're gonna do as they say. You heard the lady, folks. If you have any lights on your cameras, your iPhones, make sure they're off. It's for our safety, and so Ricky can see. Right now, it seems like there's a dance bar going on inside. So once again, just kind of dancing in the seats without standing up. Okay, we gotta mingle in with the crowd. Hold on to your 3D glasses. Do not put them on yet, because everything will look really weird if you put them on. I will let you know, because I told you that's my job. I'll tell you when to put them on. But right now, let's join this dance party of everybody dancing in a perfect straight line, because there's nothing abnormal about it.
Everybody out! It's the FBI! Turn that music off!
This is what we do, and this is the race day after party. And where the other?
Roman Pierce, FBI, don't move.
Damn.
That's right, party's over.
You know how long I took to iron this shirt, man? I'm like,
You're under arrest right now.
ladies, let's back up a little bit. Got it. It's like that. First of all,
I don't work for you. Oh, really? Well, tell me, Roman, who do you work for?
We don't work for nobody. Cop, I suggest you clear out of here, otherwise we can't guarantee your safety.
Guarantee my safety, I'm the one holding the gun.
Yeah, but mine's a whole lot bigger than yours.
Hobbs, escort this novice out.
Let's go, Cookie Puss.
Got an ugly suit on, man. It's cheap.
Somebody out there really pissed off Shaw. It's gonna get ugly fast.
Yeah, don't worry. Lucky for you, our whole family will protect you.
Are you kidding me, Roman? You think Shaw will get phone, bro?
I gotta call you back. I'm in the middle.
See what I'm talking about?
Call you back.
It was on vibrate.
Sure, trust us. Hobbs can't hold him forever. Letty, Roman, we're up. Driver, move that vehicle.
Her name is Rick.
It's about to get real interesting.
You think he'd know you, Mike?
My Mona Lisa's all warmed up right next door.
Grab your truck. I need you and Letty ready to roll.
All right, folks, now's the time. Put on those 3D glasses. Stay seated. Hang on tight. Hang on all your personal belongings and your loved ones. All loved ones, I mean your cell phones. As we head back into Jurassic Park construction.
Speak now, or you all get fried!
This is our turn.
After them!
Okay, guys, it's showtime.
I got the bull by the horn!
Now we're moving.
I've got company! Witness is mine, Letty! How about you, asshole? Don't think you're getting away! Find the doors!
Way to go, Letty.
Don't climb up the missile shot!
Not gonna happen. Don't worry, I got it.
Roman, don't shoot! Head for the bridge! Under construction! Everybody hold on!
Hit the nitrous. Ride and die.
All right, that was Fast and Furious Super Shot. All right, folks, you can take those 3D glasses on. Hold on to them. We'll return them at the end of the tour. One of my show. Yeah, we're going to transmission. Hello.
Good job, everybody. Protect the drivers and do this room.
You know, my Mona Lisa got messed up a little bit, but it's all good. We got through it. Y'all held us down. Appreciate it.
They say the bigger the family, the stronger it is. You guys did good out there. You're welcome to join our crew anytime.
Great. See you Thanksgiving. You know, The Rock makes the best mashed potato. You know, folks, for over 100 years, Universal Studios has been making audiences laugh, cry, and sit on the edge of their seats, just like we've done on the tour of Timber. You know, if you want to purchase any of the NBC Universal movies and TV shows you've seen on the tour, visit www.upag.com. Also, I'd like to thank our pass holders for being with us today. If you're not a pass holder, head to the Universal box office to see how you can upgrade today's ticket to an annual pass so that you can come back again and again like Ricky and I have to. Speaking of Ricky, everybody, let's hear from Ricky, your driver. Did a great job. Thank you, Ricky, for keeping us safe. Hey, guys, don't forget to download the Universal Studios Hollywood app where you can confirm what time the park closes today. You can get showtimes from Waterworld. You can find out the wait times for all of our rides and attractions. And you can get details on how you can visit someplace called Super Nintendo. I Anyway, folks, we hope you enjoyed the tour. My name is Sean. If you did, my name is Susan. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day here at Universal Studios Hollywood. You're going to be exiting out to your left. Make sure you grab all your personal belongings. Please take your kids with you. If you hit your head on the way out, watch your language. Have a great day. We are the entertainment capital of LA, and as they say in the movies, that's a wrap. Have a great time, folks.
That is our Universal Studios tour.
Thank you. Welcome back. Bye. Thanks, guys. We'll see you. I want to stand forward and read the credits. It's going to be a
This is just.
That's a long ride, like an hour. Oh, yeah. Hope you enjoy.